This Friday. One of Dolly Parton's most impactful legacies is her Imagination Library. The state of Missouri cut funding for that program from $6 million to $2 million earlier this year. Billy Bryman, live in the newsroom to tell us about how one community, though, in our Ozarks is hoping to keep that library going. Billy, good morning.
Good morning. Willow Springs started its Dolly Parton Imagination Library program in 2005 with private community-generated funds. But in 2023, the state of Missouri took over that funding and it gave the Community Foundation time to focus on enrolling new kids in the program. But in July this year, the state paused new enrollments as funding was cut back. People in Willow Springs say their funding will run out by the end of this year. But people in the community who have a passion for children's literacy wanted to keep the program going. The Willow Springs Community Foundation started fundraising, hoping to raise enough money to have a smooth transition when state funding runs out. And since July, they have continued enrolling students back on those private funds because reading early on sets up important skills of all kinds.
Child interaction, or the parent or grandparent child or caregiver child, it's so important to be able to read with the child, teach them book handling skills, knowing the front from the back, how to turn the pages, point to words, knowing left to right progression. All of those skills are critical for reading readiness when they begin school.
They're hoping to raise $8,000 to keep the program going, but if they raise $10,000, then they'll be able to help it grow and enroll even more kids. Live in the newsroom, Billy Brightman, KY3 News.
All right, Billy, thank you so much.